Welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm here to give you the 2025 to 2026 NBA season updates on the NBA games results today, the next NBA live game schedule, and the updated NBA regular season team standings as of today, October 23, 2025.
Here are the 12 NBA games results today, October 23, 2025. In the first of 12 NBA games played today, the New York Knicks took care of business at home with a strong fourth quarter to defeat the visiting Cleveland Cavaliers with the final score of 119-111. OG Anunoby led the New York Knicks with a strong double-double game of 24 points, along with 14 rebounds as he combined in a lethal combination with Jalen Brunson in this game, who finished with 23 points along with 5 assists. And Karl Anthony Towns added 19 points. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell led the Cavs with 31 points and 5 assists, while Evan Mobley finished the game with 22 points. In the second game, the Orlando Magic survives a close game to defend home court, as they beat the visiting Miami Heat with the final score of 125-121. Paolo Banchero led the team with a double-double game of 24 points along with 11 rebounds, while Franz Wagner shared scoring high honors for the Magic with 24 points. And new recruit from Memphis Desmond Bane finished the game with 23 points. For game number 3, the Charlotte Hornets looks good at home as they completely dismantled the visiting Brooklyn Nets with the final score of 136-117. Brandon Miller led 9 Charlotte players who scored in double figures with 25 points and 7 assists, followed by LaMelo Ball with 20 points with 8 assists, and Miles Bridges added 18 points. For Brooklyn, Nick Claxton led the Nets with 17 points, and Cam Thomas 15 points. For game number 4, the Toronto Raptors leans on a huge third-quarter run to get a victory on the road as they defeated the Atlanta Hawks with the final score of 138-118. RJ Barrett led the Raptors' balanced attack with 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists, followed by Scotty Barnes with 22 points, 9 assists, and Grady Dick 21 points. For game number 5, the underdog Philadelphia 76ers stuns the Boston Celtics on the road, as Philadelphia escapes with a 1-point victory over the Boston Celtics with the final score of 117-116. Tyrese Maxey explodes for the Sixers with 40 points, along with 6 assists, followed by VJ Edgecombe with 34 points, and Dominic Barlow 13 points. For the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown and Derek White top-scored the team with 25 points each. The Celtics had 2 chances to win this game, but Peyton Pritchard did not convert on those 2 chances as he get blocked on the first attempt, then missed a baseline jumper at the buzzer. For game number 6, the Memphis Grizzlies comes from behind after a bad first half to get a narrow victory at home over the visiting New Orleans Pelicans with the final score of 128-122. Ja Morant led Memphis in scoring with 35 points, followed by Jaren Jackson Jr. with 18 points, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 10 points.
For the New Orleans Pelicans, Zion Williamson led the team with 27 points and 9 rebounds, and new recruit Jordan Poole finished the game with 17 points. For game number 7, the Chicago Bulls took care of business at home as they hold off a comeback attempt to defeat the Detroit Pistons with the final score of 115-111. Nikola Vucevic led the Bulls in scoring with 28 points, along with 14 rebounds, followed by Josh Giddey with 19 points along with 11 assists, and Kevin Huerter 15 points. For Detroit, Cade Cunningham led the Pistons with 23 points along with 10 assists, and Isaiah Stewart 20 points. For game number 8, the Milwaukee Bucks gets a home victory as they beat the visiting Washington Wizards with the final score of 133-120. New NBA 2-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo led the Bucks with 37 points, along with 14 rebounds and 5 assists, followed by Gary Trent Jr. 17 points and Kyle Kuzma 12 points. For Washington, Chris Middleton led the Wizards against his former team with 23 points, and Keyshawn George finished the basketball game with 21 points. In game number 9, the Utah Jazz got a huge victory at home as they fire on all cylinders in the first quarter to dictate the pace and easily beat the visiting Los Angeles Clippers with the final score of 129-108. Walker Kessler top-scored the Jazz with 22 points on top of 9 rebounds, followed by Lauri Markkanen and Brice Sensabaugh, who both added 20 points each. For the LA Clippers, Ivica Zubac led Los Angeles in scoring with 19 points, while James Harden chipped in with 15 points. In game number 10, the visiting San Antonio Spurs relied on a monster game by Victor Wembanyama as the San Antonio Spurs completely dominated the Dallas Mavericks on a road with the final score of 125-92. The 7'4" Victor Wembanyama led all scorers with 40 big points, along with 15 rebounds, followed by Stephon Castle, 22 points, and Dylan Harper, 15 points. For Dallas, Anthony Davis led the Mavericks with 22 points, along with 13 rebounds, and PJ Washington scored 17 points. In game number 11, the Minnesota Timberwolves played catch-up the whole game and turned on the engine in the fourth quarter to defeat the Portland Trail Blazers on the road with the final score of 118-114. Anthony Edwards led Minnesota in scoring with 41 big points along with 7 rebounds, followed by Julius Randle, 19 points, and Jaden McDaniels, 18 points. For Portland, Jerami Grant led the Trailblazers in scoring with 29 points, and Denai Avdija finished the game with 20 points. And in the 12th and final NBA game played today, Devin Booker and the rest of the Phoenix Suns woke up in the second half after a very bad first half to come from behind and defeat the Sacramento Kings at home with the final score of 120-116. Devin Booker led the Phoenix Suns in scoring with 31 points along with 5 rebounds and 3 assists, followed by new recruit Dylan Brooks, who contributed 21 points, and Grayson Allen finished the game with 18 points. For the Sacramento Kings, the dynamic duo of DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine top-scored the Sacramento Kings with 30 and 29 points respectively.
Now let's go and take a very nice look at the updated NBA team standings as of today and the schedule of NBA games for tomorrow, October 24th, 2025.
Here is the updated 2025 to 2026 NBA regular season NBA team standings as of today, October 23rd, 2025. In the Eastern Conference, 7 NBA basketball teams are all tied up and shares the lead with 1 win standing. The Milwaukee Bucks, the Orlando Magic, the Toronto Raptors, the New York Knicks, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Charlotte Hornets, and the Chicago Bulls, who all emerged victorious in the debut game of the NBA 2025 to 2026 season for a 1-win, 0-loss standing. Meanwhile, sharing the 8th to 14th places are the losers of day number 2 of the NBA regular season, the Atlanta Hawks, the Boston Celtics, the Washington Wizards, the Detroit Pistons, the Brooklyn Nets, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Miami Heat, who all lost in their opening match of the NBA for a 0-1 win-loss record. Meanwhile, last NBA season finalist Indiana Pacers have yet to play a single game this season. And in the Western Conference, the NBA defending champions Oklahoma City Thunder shares the top spot with 6 other Western Conference NBA teams who all won their first match of the NBA regular season. The OKC Thunder joins the Golden State Warriors, the Phoenix Suns, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the San Antonio Spurs, the Utah Jazz, and the Memphis Grizzlies, who all have the same record of 1 win and 0-loss standing. Meanwhile, at the 8th to 14th places are the losers of their opening game of the NBA regular season, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Los Angeles Clippers, the Houston Rockets, the Dallas Mavericks, the New Orleans Pelicans, the Sacramento Kings, and the Portland Trail Blazers, who all has 0-win and 1-defeat record. Meanwhile, Nikola Jokic and the rest of the Denver Nuggets have yet to play a single game this NBA season. Here are the NBA live games scheduled to be played tomorrow, October 24th, 2025. The NBA will only have 2 games scheduled for tomorrow, as last year's NBA finalists Indiana Pacers will be battling their conqueror, the NBA defending champions Oklahoma City Thunder, in the rematch of the NBA Finals last season. The Indiana Pacers will be playing their first game this season, where they will probably miss their main man Tyrese Haliburton for the rest of this NBA season with an Achilles injury. While the reigning MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will try to get their second win of the season, the Indiana Pacers versus OKC Thunder NBA Live game will be played at the Gainbridge Center in Indiana tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning, Philippine time. And for the second and final game scheduled for tomorrow, Nikola Jokic and the rest of the Denver Nuggets will have their debut game of the NBA season, as they will be on the road at the Chase Center in California to play versus the greatest basketball shooter of all time, Stephen Curry, and the rest of the Golden State Warriors, who are looking for their second win of the season. The Denver Nuggets versus Golden State Warriors live NBA game will start at 10 a.m. Philippine time.
And that's it for today's NBA basketball updates. If you love our NBA updates today, please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, iForbes Sports Updates, for your daily dose of PBA and NBA updates. This is your iForbes Sports reporter, Sofia, saying, let's play some balls. Peace out.